Hello and welcome to another episode of Fun with Figures. Today we're looking at some of the Jakks figures. Some good ones that I've recently just purchased for the first time. Some of them it's the first time I've actually owned them. So we're going to start off strong today with a Carlito figure. So the head on the Carlito has been on a few of figures, so we won't spend too much time on that. This is more based on when he had moved to Raw from SmackDown, I want to say. So probably when he was in his IC title run. So the first night on SmackDown he won the US title. The first night on Raw he won the IC title, the Intercontinental Champion. I really liked Carlito. Well, actually, when I first saw him, I hated him. He won the title off Cena. And I remember being crushed as, you know, I might have been 13, 14, I was a massive Cena fan at the time, and I couldn't believe that this new guy had just beat him for the title. I was fuming. Then later on they did a stabbing angle, which was terrible, but we won't talk about that. So yeah, this figure is meant to be looking like he's chewing on his apple, I do believe. No, but this figure is in good condition. It's been well looked after. Not many marks on it at all. The arms are slightly different colour than the legs and torso, which is obviously a bit strange, but so yeah, good one to start the show off today with this Carlito figure. Next up, we have a Rene Dupree figure. So there is actually a lot of pen on this side of the figure, which is unfortunate because I was actually really looking forward to getting this figure. If you check out our podcast, we did a review of Judgment Day 2004. This is when Rene Dupree fought John Cena for the United States Championship, and I kind of forgot how good Rene Dupree was when he first went to SmackDown. They really put a lot of time and effort into his character. So yeah, if you want to hear about that, you know, look out for the Man and the Wife podcast on the channel, reviewing Judgment Day 2004. So this attire was based on that match, I do believe. So on the back you can't see the paint, so the figure does look actually really good, or pen should we say. So yeah, the person I did buy these figures off, there is a lot of these pen marks on some of the figures. So, you know, with the few episodes that are going up in the next week or so, that's, you know, that's where they will have come from. But this, yeah, if you look at it like that, you can't tell. But no, this would have been a really good Rene Dupree figure if the pen wasn't on the figure itself. Later down the line, he won the tag team championships with Kenzo Suzuki. So yeah, the figure moves. It's a bit stiff around the arms, but you know, it is quite good. I do really like this figure. Like I said, I just wish the pen wasn't on it, but yeah, it is. So I can't do that about that. I have tried cleaning it, but it's not come off. You can see the Rene Dupree, the R and the D on the boots there. So yeah, Rene Dupree, someone I feel like they missed the mark with, unfortunately. I thought he could have been a good character on SmackDown in 2004, but you know, they kind of wasted him. Which, I mean, he might have done something. Obviously I don't know, but I think he could have been a good star for SmackDown in 2004, or should we say a bigger star. So that was Rene Dupree. Next up we have Shelton Benjamin. So he also got, this is when he got traded to Raw. He got traded to Raw, and then I think on his first night he beat Triple H, which was obviously a massive win. I believe he wore this, I think he might have won this attire when he won the IC title from Jericho maybe as well. That was at Taboo Tuesday 2004, I want to say. So yeah, this figure is in good condition, been well played with. It's got no pen on it. I think the shorts look a bit orange, but I'm not sure if they were meant to be red, but they are. No, maybe they are orange. Yeah, but I mean, I can't remember when wearing orange ones. I thought they were red, but maybe it's orange red, and maybe I'm just a bit colourblind. But no, it's in good condition. It's been really well looked after. There's a bit where the plastic or whatever it is coming away there, but no, good figure. This Shelton Benjamin. You can see the abs there on him, obviously. Yeah, see, if you look at the colour there, that's a lot paler than there. There's the knee pads that just need squaring up a little bit. Also, Shelton Benjamin did have an amazing match with Shawn Michaels on an episode of Raw. I think that was in the Gold Rush tournament, I want to say. I might be wrong. But he does a springboard off the top rope and eats a super kick. It might be like one of the better moments on Raw in an actual match, not just a segment. So yeah, that was Shelton Benjamin. Next up, we have Kevin Thorne. That's Kevin Thorne, not Kevin Owens. So this is when he was in his vampire gimmick on ECW. This was released separately in a range of the ECW figures. It also came in the big pack of figures that we spoke about on the show before. So I won't go into too much detail about that. You can remove the waistcoat. You can undo it and take it off, but I won't bother taking it off. There is actually a bit of pen on the forehead, which is unfortunate. So Kevin Thorne, he was Mordecai before this. Mordecai was in the Judgment Day pay-per-view that we spoke about before on the Rene Dupree part of the show. So if you want to hear about Mordecai, check out our podcast, The Man and the Wife, reviewing Judgment Day. You can hear my thoughts and the wife's about that. So yeah, this isn't a bad figure. It's in fair condition apart from the mark on the head there. It's just I think Kevin Thorne had a lot of potential. It's just a shame, they didn't go with it. That's probably what him and Rene Dupree have in common. I feel there's a lot of wasted potential there. I think this is meant to be more of a scarier gimmick. He had Ariel come to the ring with him as well. But yeah, I just don't think it really got over really. So it was meant to be, because ECW was on the Sci-Fi channel, and they wanted, more sci-fi based characters. That's why I think there was a zombie on the first episode. But yeah, going back to the figure, obviously you can see, the logos there on the trousers. So yeah, that was Kevin Thorne. Next up on the show. Next up we have a Paul London figure. Now this might be someone else who didn't get used to their right potential. There's a lot of marks on his arm there, as you can see there. So I'm just trying to think when this was based on. I'm not sure if this was based on when him and Billy Kidman were a tag team. I actually really liked Paul London and Billy Kidman being a tag team, but I don't think them two actually got on when they're in the tag team, so maybe that's why it didn't stick around for longer. Just I'm sure I remember hearing something like that at the time. He did later become a tag team with Brian Kendrick, and I think they held the SmackDown tag team titles for like 330 days or something like that, which is obviously really good, but it might have just been because there wasn't a lot of tag teams about at the time. They were part of the there was a Fatal 4-Way ladder match in Armageddon one year, where Joey Mercury got his face busted open. So I believe it was Eminem, London and Kendrick, William Regal and Dave Taylor, I want to say, and the Hardy Boys in that match. I believe London and Kendrick won the ladder match. I think it was the first time William Regal had been in a ladder match that I know of. But yeah, we're kind of getting a little bit off topic here, sorry. So yeah, it's in quite good condition. This might have been more when he was the Cruiserweight champion time. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure. Another wrestler that's potential didn't really get fully fulfilled. I can't remember who eliminated him, but I remember he got eliminated in one of the Royal Rumbles, and he was brutal. If you can find a GIF, I will put that on the screen, but I'm not promising. So yeah, that is Paul London. Next up. So next up, we have a Tajiri figure. So this has actually got a bit of green pen down the chest. I don't know if someone's tried to make him spit his mist and draw it on the chest, maybe. You can see the dragon there on his trousers. It's not the best Tajiri figure, really. There is a really good one where you can see the the green coming out of his mouth. I can't remember what range that was in, but that was probably my favourite Tajiri figure that I've seen. Checking out the movements of the figure. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, I feel like his head's a little bit small for the body, or maybe the body's too big and the body should be smaller. That way around, should we say. A little bit of paintwork missing in the hair, but yeah, I'm just trying to think of my favourite Tajiri match. He had a good match at One Night Stand with Super Crazy and Nunzio, or Little Guido, he was called in ECW. His matches with Rey Mysterio also really good. He was in the Cruiserweight Classic also. Matches were real good. He looks a bit weird with no facial hair though when he's smooth shaved. He was also in a segment with The Rock on Raw, where Rock was with a load of the Diva Search contestants, and I think they were eating different pieces of pie. So yeah. Yeah, so not the best Tajiri figure. It's not bad, it's just not the best. You know, the legs are quite good to do the moves that he would do, I suppose. So yeah, that is Tajiri. And next up we have a Eugene figure. So yeah, someone else that didn't really get used to his full potential. There's a few marks on the jacket there. As you can see, that side, there's a few marks on the back as well. That is Velcro, you can take it off. So yeah, Eugene had a great match with Triple H at SummerSlam 2004 and then Kurt Angle at 2005. He had one of a really good segment on Raw where he was the general manager and he made the wrestlers play musical chairs for a shot for the IC title, which Jericho, I believe, won at the end of it. So yeah, good figure. Is based on, you know, when he first came in to the WWE. There is actually a mark there on the leg. He did later kind of turn heel, but that was a bit crap, really. Yeah, I think they'd run out of ideas for him, so they turned him heel, and that was just pretty crap. Yeah. So yeah, this is probably the best stuff Eugene did, should we say. And I think a lot of people say he's meant to be a really good trainer. So he's meant to have trained a lot of the wrestlers. Yeah, I think his real name is Nick Densmore, I think. So yeah, that was Eugene. Another good figure for today. And next up it is John Cena. This figure, there's a few marks around the shoulders. My nephew did actually used to have this when he was little. I'm not sure if he sold it or what, because he didn't have it in the wrestlers that he lent me. But no, this is a good John Cena figure. I like he's got the word life things on his hands. There is a few marks around the shoulders and the t-shirt, but that's the thing when wrestlers, you know, you put white on figures, that the marks show up a lot more. So the champ is here. So this is just after he won the championship at WrestleMania 21 from JBL. I want to say in this range of figures there was a Carlito, Eddie Guerrero. I think there might have been a Heidenreich as well when he had the face paint on, when he was like the Legion of Doom Heidenreich. They're just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. There is a bit of paintwork missing on Cena's head there. So yeah, I think this might be more when he first went to Raw as well in the draft that year. So that might have been 2005 maybe. And he went to Raw. He ended up feuding with Christian and Jericho. So yeah, that's when I think this figure is more around that time based. So that was John Cena. So next up, the last figure on the show, it is Hornswoggle. Now, I left this one till last because it is obviously a little bit different. It has actually been on my mother's washing line. That is why there is a cable tie around it. And obviously it's very dirty, but yeah, so I believe my nephew left it at her house, that's why it was there. It's got quite a lot of dirt in the arm, but it is a really good figure. It was one of my nephew's favourites when he got it. There was also another one of these Eugene's Hornswoggles in the orange waistcoat as well. So this is based on when he first debuted. So he was called the Little B, shall we say. I won't say his full name in case there are children watching, but he was called the Little B. Later on, they called him Hornswoggle. He was Vince McMahon's illegitimate son. And then later people found out that Finlay was his father, and that would lead to a match at WrestleMania 24 between Finlay and JBL, which was actually quite a good opening match. So yeah, this was a good figure originally. Obviously it's been outside, so there's a lot of wear and tear, a lot of colour gone out of the figure, but I did think I'd leave this one to last because it is, in my eyes, it is still a bit of a specialer figure. So Hornswoggle did take a move at WrestleMania 23 off the top of the ladder from Mr. Kennedy, which that looked like it absolutely sucked. He did actually have a really good match with El Torito, the little bull thing that we've looked at before on the show. He had a WLC match, and that was probably the best match on the card, and it was on the pre-show. So yeah, that was really good also. So yeah, finishing the show today with Hornswoggle. So that's why this cable tie, can't remember if I said or not, it's been on my mother's washing line, that's why there was a cable tie on it, and I couldn't be bothered going to my toolbox to cut it out. So yeah, Hornswoggle once again to end the show. So if you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments. Give it a like, it really helps. The videos, if you give them likes, the more people are going to obviously watch them. So yeah, if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Check out the other content on the channel also, the watch along, the podcast, loads of 2K20 content. So make sure you check it all out. And please subscribe to the channel. It is the best way to help us grow as a channel. So thank you for watching.